3.5% unemployment rate we had a year ago when COVID started.
But let me push back on what I think would be the White House argument. They would say, look, we're talking about raising the corporate tax rate from 21% to 28%. When President Trump came in, it was 35%. So it's still a tax cut from where it was in 2017. And instead, Senator Blunt and the Republicans are saying, instead of raising taxes for big corporations, well, let's tell the average person, the working class person, you're going to have to pay more for taxes. If you drive more on the road, you're going to have to pay more in a mileage fee, or you're going to have to pay more in tolls. They're going to say they're protecting the fat cats and putting it on the backs of the working class.
Well, I think people have always accepted the user tax concept of the transportation system, and on the tax bill itself, the proof we're in the numbers. We saw the economy growing in a dynamic and dramatic way. We saw businesses thinking about how they could restructure themselves back into American corporations with a more strong basis in this country and the supply chain. All those things were happening. We had a 3.5% unemployment rate as we were a couple of years into that tax package. And remember, the corporate rate we did just got us in the mid-level of the corporate rate for the countries around the world. If we went back to 28%, we'd be, I think, number 2 in the world in corporate taxes. Other countries saw the success we were having, and many other countries that we compete with reduced their corporate rate to try to keep their jobs at home rather than seeing those jobs come to the United States of America.
Senator, I got less than 2 minutes left. I want to squeeze one more question in. I haven't heard you say it today, but some of your colleagues in the Republican Party are complaining about this is going to explode debt, this is going to explode deficits. And I want to put up what the Republican record is on those. During the Trump presidency, even before the pandemic, the national debt increased by more than $3 trillion. And in 2017, every Republican in the Senate, including you, voted for the big Trump tax cuts, which cut revenue by almost $1.5 trillion. So I guess the question is, when I hear, for instance, Mitch McConnell talking now about, well, debt and deficits, hasn't the Republican Party, haven't you lost your credibility on this issue?
Well, I don't think anybody has a very good record for the last decade on this. I think the deficit under the Obama years and the Trump years are very similar. The tax cuts, however, in real revenue produced more revenue. In static revenue, they wouldn't, because you couldn't anticipate the kind of growth we had. And remember, after the pandemic did occur, we did 5. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 bipartisan bills trying to be sure we stabilize this economy so we'd have a stable economy that would pay that debt off as we came out of COVID. Now we've seen one incredibly partisan bill from the new administration, followed by what it appears to be will be another incredibly partisan bill. You can't spread that blame around if you decide you're going to do it all by yourself.
Well, yes, I suppose that's true. I just want to make it clear, when I talked about the increase in debt during the Trump years, I did it purposely before the pandemic started. Senator Blunt, thank you. Thanks for coming in this Easter Sunday. Always good to talk with you, sir.
Great to be with you, Chris. A happy Easter to you and your family.
Thank you. Same to you.